Tim Briggs here, and today I'm at Bradford Park Disc Golf Course in Davidson, North Carolina. This is one of my favorite courses in the Charlotte area. Lots of fun elevation, tight gaps, well-manicured course. And it was a beautiful day to play disc golf. You're going to see blue skies, white clouds, autumn leaves, everything that you love about disc golf you're going to see here today. And here I am in hole 1. I'm practicing for a tournament in a couple of days. This is a tough gap to hit right out the car. If I do that in the tournament, I'm going to be pretty happy because, as you can see, it gave me a good birdie look, which I was able to connect on. It's always fun to start off your day with a birdie. I move on to hole 2, and this is a very unique hole in Charlotte because there's no trees. It's a wide open hole, and you can just let loose. I think it's 460 listed. It's probably shorter than that. But I let loose on an octane. Got a hold of it pretty good. Too much turn. End up getting hung up in the trees over to the left, but that's okay because there's a manageable deflector upshot here coming, which then gives me a pretty manageable par putt, which I'm able to make. Probably not going to be able to get a birdie in this one unless I really unleash a wicked forehand in the tournament. So I'll take a par. Hole 3. This is a forehand player's dream. Plenty of room out to the left. You just pick a point out there, you aim at it, you let your disc hyzer out and go toward the basket. And so you really want to get this one if you're a forehand player. And as you can see, I throw here a pretty good line. Watch this guy skip off the ground and watch what it does here, folks. Wowza. That was close. It looked in from the tee. I do believe it was a bit short. Don't you hate when you throw a great shot and then you botch it with a terrible putt? Me too. Mario was not on his game there. Luigi was, though. On to hole 4. I'll move on. This is a tough hole, very uphill. Takes a great backhand chuck to get it to the basket, which I don't have. I'm just throwing a tomahawk, trying to keep it in the fairway to give myself a reasonable upshot to take my par, which you see that I did. Hole 5. This is a backhand shape. You can sneak a forehand through these gaps. It's hard to see the basket. It's kind of down and to the left. I'm throwing my crave here. It's kind of hard to follow it through the leaves, but it hit the gap. It went long. Gave me a decent circle 2 look, but there was a lot of bushes back there, not really makeable. On to hole 6. Another backhand shape. You can sneak a forehand through there and give yourself a putt. I throw a terrible shot. Terrible. I got a good kick back out onto the fairway, luckily. And you can see here, I kind of lean out outside of the frame, trying to create a good angle for my deflector upshot, which I'm able to execute. You don't see the release, but you see the end result. That gives me my par. Hole 7, it's like a 320 shot down and to the right. For some reason, I didn't record it. I don't know why, but I did record my walk down the fairway, which I didn't mean to. But then when I was watching it back, I was like, this is kind of beautiful. This is fall in Charlotte, playing disc golf. This is art, folks. Behold art. What is not art is my putt here for birdie on hole 7. Mario just wasn't feeling it on the front 9 because he airballs it here. Luigi has to show him what's up. And so I take my par onto hole 8. I believe this is called Cedar Alley. Long tunnel shot, 320. Really hard to shape the disc, at least for my arm strength. That was a pretty good line. It's just hard to get it all the way down there. You can see a guy in the background there with red pants walking to the next hole. That's Michael Johansson. Things you see when you're just out for a casual round in Charlotte. You might see Michael Johansson shredding comets through the woods. Hole 9, you have a gap on the left, gap on the right. I'm taking gap on the left with my forehand. A little too much air. The basket's down there behind those trees. This did give me a circle 2 look, a makeable circle 2 look. Good line, just a little strong. That's okay. I'll take my par onto hole 10. A fun tunnel shot, 270. It's pretty tight. I'm throwing my crave here, and this is about all I can do. Just throw it straight down there. It's going to be a little long, a little right. I'll take my putt. This was just for funsies, backhand putter shot. Not my forte, but boy, I threw that really good. If I could only do that on command. But as it is, I'm playing my crave shot from circle 2, and that putt was pure. I will take that 2 under through 10, moving into hole 11. Uphill shot, maybe 240-ish. The basket's right behind the big rock, so you're just aiming for that rock. Probably rather be a little long than a little short. You can see here I hit the rock with my crave, and it actually rolled a good bit. Gave me a edge of circle putt. I loved how the sunlight was just framing up the basket here. Yeah, I know you can't see me very well as I putt this, but you will see Mario, at least, sink the birdie putt to take me to 3 under. You will see Luigi barely miss. And I'm on to the next hole. Hole 12. Dogleg to the right, really tucked back in there. You pick your point, you throw it, you watch your disc, hyzer back. Pretty good line. Just kind of a bit unlucky, hit one of those guardian trees. Gave me a lengthy circle 2 putt, but a makeable circle 2 putt. I'd say 45 feet, maybe 50. And I was able to sink it. Another pure circle 2 make. I'll take 4 under. Moving into hole 13. Beautiful hole. You're throwing uphill. You can see here I'm filming from the back tee, but I'm down on the front tee because the tournament's playing the front tees, short tees. And I think this is a 260, 280 sort of length shot. You can see today I'm throwing my crave a lot. This shapes up a little bit better for a backhand, but I'm going to try to sneak a forehand around the trees on the left-hand side. I throw a really good line here, make it around the trees I want to, and it hits a very late tree and rolls backwards. So would have had a makeable circle 1 putt as it is. This is probably a 45, 50-foot circle 2. Just got a little too cute, a little too soft. Could have done better with that. Hole 14, tight gap up the hill. Gonna miss some late trees and throw a pretty good shot. Just a little short. Obstructed putt, unfortunately. Very hard putt to really give a run to. And so I'm on to hole 15. This is a tough hole for forehand. It's a backhand line. I'm going to throw a forehand roller. You can't really see this on the camera, but boy, it was a thing of beauty. Went right down the fairway, curled up behind the basket. Circle 2, circle, edge of circle kind of look. And this was not a good effort by me. Just airballed that guy. But I'll take my par. Hole 16, this is probably my favorite hole in the course. Throwing downhill, 220, maybe 240, onto this elevated island-like green. You gotta miss some trees, and you're gonna see here that I'm able to flex that thing just perfectly right onto the island there. Here's a little follow flight ace trace for you. Just a thing of beauty to watch that thing turn around those trees, land right there. I'll take my 5 under through 16. Hole 17, I'm not showing you my first shot. It was short into the right. It was a par shot. I'm showing you my second shot here, which is parked. I'm not going to count that on my score. I might give myself a par, but just wanted to show you what a good shot would look like. Hole 18, par 4. You're throwing severely uphill. You're trying to get it through the gap and move into the right as much as you can. Hard to bite off a lot of distance with this guy unless you have a nice backhand turnover game, which I don't. Leaves me a lengthy second shot. I just didn't turn the octane here. But I could get it there with the right shape. That was not the right shape. And you can see here, I just do a little jump putt to take my par. I think that was, 5 under? I will take that for sure in the tournament. And here I am on hole 2 at the end of the round, just throwing some backhands for practice. It's just such a fun tee shot to throw. If you're in the Charlotte area, I would highly recommend Bradford to play. It is probably one of the 2 or 3 best courses in the area. Check it out the next time you're in town.